Well, everyone, we might have some sad news going out. Okay, first of all, there's some good news and some bad news going on with iOS 14. Okay, now I made the same exact video last year and it ended up being partially right, so I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again. Now, the good news is, first of all, let's start off with the good news, okay? If the rumors are right, okay, if the potential rumors of iOS 14 supporting the iPhone 6s and the iPhone SE are right, then that's actually some really good news. You know, we're going to be getting a ton of supported devices that are still going to be supported, which are older. So we're going to be getting the 6S, the 6S Plus, and the iPhone SE. If those truly get iOS 14, that's going to be a humongous update for those phones. That's going to be super, super cool. That's going to be a lot of people that are still going to be supported with software. But on top of that, it's going to show Apple's commitment for their older devices. They're serious about supporting their older phones, and I would love Apple if they do that. And they're probably going to do it based on these rumors. So that's really, really cool. I have a lot of support for Apple, and I have a lot of push, for Apple for doing that. I've always been in favor of them supporting their devices. But here's the bad news with iOS 14, and it kind of goes in hand with those devices being supported. When you have a huge device list that are supported, especially these older iPhones, that sometimes means that you can't necessarily put everything you want into a specific update. And if a new UI refresh comes with iOS 14, that could potentially cause a lot of problems for these older devices, because there might be some features or some things that the newer devices can do that the older ones can't. And that means Apple might have to, delay some specific features here and there. Now with iOS 14 specifically, even going further with iOS 13, this could potentially cause some problems, because with iOS 13, it was super buggy for a lot of people. I've experienced a lot of bugs with iOS 13, and it's kind of an okay experience overall. Yeah, there were some cool features added here and there, but in reality, there's still a lot of issues with iOS 13, and even stemming back to iOS 11, that was a pretty decent update coming from iOS 10. It was just full of bugs. There were some new things added with iOS 11 and a lot of changes, but there were a lot of bugs. Then iOS 12 became kind of a bug fix update for the most part, and then iOS 13 came out, added some cool features here and there like dark mode and all those little things. But now with iOS 14, we're kind of due a new UI refresh. We're kind of due some cool features here and there that Android's able to do. Why can't iPhone do some certain things? And that kind of makes me think that iOS 14 might not be that big of an update. It could be more so like an iOS 12. It'll be just like a bug fix update for the most part. There might not even be that many cool features added. Now Apple's going to have to add some things, okay? Now, based on these rumors, there's probably going to be like a new call UI. When you get a call, there might be some different things added, which would be really cool. If they add split screen multitasking, then I think that would be good enough. I think that would be really, really cool. If they add picture in picture, that would be really, really cool as well. But that new UI that we really want, that we really haven't changed much since iOS 7, would be a pretty crazy thing. And I think, if we do get a new UI for iOS 7, I think that would be really, really cool and really, really important. But if these older devices are supported, and with the bugs that we have on iOS 13, that could potentially mean that Apple might delay a new UI up until maybe even iOS 15, which would be super crazy. I really hope they don't do it, but based off all the rumors and everything that are coming out, it's probably end up going to be the case, which is pretty sad. So on the one hand, on the good news, we will probably end up getting a huge support list of devices. We will get a lot of devices that are supported with iOS 14, and we might get some cool little features with iOS 14 as well. But as a whole, the bad news is it might not be that big of an update. It might not be as big of an update as we might expect coming from Apple for this time around. We've been with the same thing for so long. If you look at a device like an iOS 11 device and an iOS 13 device, there's really not too many changes in terms of the UI, unless you consider dark mode a change. But other than that, it's been small little refreshes here and there. Hopefully Apple will make a pretty big change with iOS 14, but it's probably not going to come until iOS 15 at the earliest. So that pretty much covers it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it would mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.